On the troll.
Hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the month and the night. Actually, it is that time of the night, not the month, where we have to talk about what happened. But listen, it's a bit of lagging because we are missing some episodes and we are covering up. So that means
actually missing
one episode. That means tomorrow we will be finished with all the episodes. So this one is the one that happened the day before yesterday. Yes, so bear with us. We have had some difficulties, and thank you for the calls, those who have called us and gave us a bit of hope. Hence, we are going to do it without fear or favor, without jumping and smashing, because, you know, some of them, we had to go back and redo everything because there was an issue. But to make sure that we bring you the best, we're here with what happened the day before yesterday. Tomorrow, I'm not sure of time, but tomorrow we will release
we don't have a choice.
The last one. We don't have a choice. And then that will take us to fully recess, but obviously we will continue here with other topics. There are many other topics that we would like to address. So sila njengamanje siyanibingelela nje sithi sanibonani. It's Friday and I'm sure you are enjoying your Friday however you want to enjoy it, and some of you definitely are at work. It's not a problem. You have to do what you have to do. Others obviously are resting because they were working during the day, but I'm sure we have people who are night riders. Now, this is their time. Let us smash that like button, share the video, do everything that is necessary, and then come back and watch as usual. Do interact with videos. Those who've been giving, we appreciate you guys very much, and the members, those who have joined the members, thank you. Those who have liked, thank you. Those who have sent the messages, thank you. Comments, thank you guys. All of you moderators, we have moderators who are members. I just want to say thank you because it is important to us that you are here. Emily,
Yes.
how are you? You look
Phew, guys, I'm getting this nasty flu and I can feel it. So my apologies in advance if my voice will be doing funky stuff, or it happens that in the middle of the way I feel like I should take a sip on this concussion. I hope it
just
helps
a
me.
concussion, nothing else.
It's a warm concussion of ginger and
You've
lemon.
got to push it.
Yeah.
You've got to push it. Don't allow it to stop you from being had. You've got to push it. I know it's difficult when you have flu. It is hard, but unfortunately, you hardly rest, I would assume. That's why this is happening.
Hey, siyazama, guys. Thank you so much. Yes, for all the people that have been checking up on us, thank you very much. And ngikupa mswarelo about yesterday. We were supposed to return, but then it happened that we couldn't cover everything well in advance and in time. So now we are here. So let's continue, okay?
Yes.
So Captain Rita Grobler, a forensic expert, was still on the stand, and she is the one who did a microscope confirmation of Colonel Chris Mangena's work. So Mangena matched the gun which was confiscated from accused number 3 Mtombisi Mncube to the bullet that was found at the scene, or the alleged bullet that is said to have been found at the scene.
That's the correct way of phrasing.
The bullet that is said to have been found at the scene. So Mnisi continued. Remember, we're still at the part of Grobler's cross-examination. So it was now Advocate Mnisi's turn, and he was continuing where he left off with his cross-examination. And Mnisi started with what Grobler said when she said that the pattern matching is more of a qualitative in nature than quantitative in nature. So Mnisi said that, is there a reason why Ballistics South Africa prefers to use pattern matching than CMS, which is consecutive matching striations? And I couldn't quite hear Grobler's response, but the bit that I could hear, she said that you don't look at the specific amount, you only look at the quality. So Mnisi then said, what I get from that is that it's a policy that South Africa should use pattern matching. And Grobler said, like I said, it is the theory of identification. Mnisi asked, have you ever used CMS as a method of analyzing ballistic exhibits? So Grobler said that the two are not mutually exclusive. Even though we don't use it, we don't rely on CMS. We rely on the significance and the quality of pattern. She said that they use the quality of patterns and they just don't rely on CMS to make an opinion. So she's describing CMS and pattern matching as them being exclusive to one another. She's putting it in terms of these two are separate, unlike what Cyril was doing to say that one is because of the other. She's saying there are two different methods. Mutually exclusive is the word that she used, which means literally there are two different methods.
They couldn't be two different methods. The other one completes the other one, in my opinion, from the definitions and from the literature that is down there. The other one is more complete. The other one is half complete, which is pattern matching.
Okay. Do you strongly advocate for CMS? And internationally,
yeah, obviously.
CMS?
I read this other paper. I didn't finish it. How CMS actually was created. It was due to the fact that there was a lack of a scientific way of proving things. Well, maybe statistical way. Maybe I'm biased because this one is more complete in a sense that there is even what we call stats in it. That's the scientific way of justifying why you are saying this bullet matches, other than just a microscopic way of doing things. This one you can literally model and see the patterns.
Well, Mnisi asked her if she's ever used CMS as a method of analysis. Grobler said no. So she only uses pattern matching. So then Mnisi asked her, Lieutenant Colonel Mangena told you that this analysis was in relation to Senzo Meyiwa's case. That's what you told this court. But why did you ask him about that information? Well, Grobler said that when she confirmed, she gave an opinion or anything on the microscope. She said that it's normal to ask what the case is related to. It's just for interest's sake. And then Mnisi asked if there was any other information that could be of interest to this court that she would like to share that she discussed with Mangena. And Grobler said no, of course there's not, right? Then Mangena said...
They would say that.
Mnisi said that Mangena fired 8 bullets to assist himself in the analysis of the exhibit. And Grobler said back when they were discussing things in the office, and Mnisi asked him, did he tell you why he fired 8 bullets? And Grobler said, to her understanding, it is because he did not know the manufacturer of the bullet. Therefore, he fired several tests from different manufacturers in order to get the best possible material. To me, this gave itself away, or she gave herself away, that she listened to Mangena's testimony.
Without fear, all of them, they kind of... And not only that, I think they were briefed.
They were also briefed.
Yeah.
But this answer in particular was not exactly true, because now Mnisi was saying to her that now when you say to the best of your knowledge, are you saying it out of your own knowledge, or it is something that you got from him? And Grobler said that she got it from him. So beyond that, there's nothing else that he told her about this bullet. And Mnisi said, when you analyzed this test bullet, is there anything specifically and ballistically found under the microscope which you would love to bring to the attention of the court next to the nature of the bullet and stuff like that? And Grobler was like, it was 4 years ago. She can't recall exactly any specific marks. She said she just gave an opinion and made no record of anything that she saw. So Mnisi asked, so you come here to tell the court that 4 years ago you did an analysis and you never wrote down anything, and 4 years down the line you have forgotten what you saw on the bullets. And Grobler said, I didn't forget that I made a positive identification.
That is very funny that you have forgotten everything. The only thing you remember is the result, which is here to confirm. Like, you're basically here to confirm, to say, yeah, yes, I did the checking. And these people didn't do nothing, man. They did nothing, in my opinion. Nothing.
It's brutal.
I doubt they even had a look, or they just had a glimpse of whatever that they needed to look at when they were looking in the so-called Mangena file to remind ourselves.
Well, she said that she just cannot recall which exact marks are used to make a positive identification, as she was asked for an opinion and she did not write it down. And Mnisi asked, Mr. Mangena told this court that the reason why he had to fire 8 bullets on top of the 2 that Warrant Officer Rolefse walked on is because he could not get the necessary transfer of the mark from the 2 to the bullet, because the bullet was of poor quality. So he kept on firing until a time that he could compare all the bullets and take out the one that he could work on because it had better marks. Now that you can't dispute because you cannot remember what you saw on those bullets. And Grobler said that as far as the understanding that she had, it's not like Colonel Mangena shot 2 tests and then went to the microscope, didn't find enough, then went back and fired 2 more and didn't find enough. He fired all the tests at the same time. The reason why you find more than 2 was because there is an exhibit bullet, which is the CMJ, and the original tests are FMJ, and they mark differently. So this is where now it's catching up with her, because she was asked this question prior and she said it was because of the manufacturing of the bullets. That's why Mangena fired different shots. And now it's been explained to her that no, that's not the answer that Mangena actually gave. He said that he needed to test the different types of bullets. He would get a different result, then go back, which is something that he explained himself on the stand. In fact, we also came to that speculation that, you know what, since he had to try this so many times, could it be that he was just looking for something? He was just looking for whatever outcome that he was looking for, not necessarily what was the fact about the bullets themselves, but he had to make them give a certain result that was required of him by who we don't know.
Hey, the question here, by who we don't know, I'm tired of it. I'm very tired. From what I heard yesterday, the power that one person might have. I'm not gonna talk about it more, but I'm just, because we still don't have a video on it, but the power man. You can't have one person who's got this much power.
The power.
I mean, that's equivalent to being a minister, if not anything above it a bit.
The power, because it makes no sense. What on earth made Mangena leave his designated work area and workstation and go to a police station it's just confusing.
You know,
and
we
baffling.
blame these police. We blame them for all we can. Some of them I've got the feeling at some point when they testify that here, this one, Ucheli Ukonji, you will do that thing. In my opinion, that's a feeling that I would normally get. Omunyambon, which is not there to lie, but unfortunately, I mean, he has to do what he has to do. The power. I mean, one person can have that much power. I mean, there are no boundaries or nothing or whatsoever. Whether you work in a prison or whatsoever, the power.
It calls the shots.
Mina, it's a good thing that I'm not the police, because now I wouldn't take this thing. Maybe I will be one of those then who are disciplined now and then. I can't take it. I can't stomach being told to go to a direction. More so if I believe that this does not serve the purpose of my work. More than anything, in my opinion, it probably serves someone else for their whatever reasons that they have. Only them they know.
You know, I used to hear that a lot of policemen and women are leaving the SAPS, especially under the former minister. It was bad. It was bad. Articles were being written. They're saying that they were joining private security, most of them. I don't blame them, hey. I don't blame them, because, wow, a lot is happening in the SAPS, honestly speaking. If you are of a certain character, there are some things you cannot take. If you are a good character.
It's that situation, Yori. If you can't beat them, join them. That's a feeling I get with these police sometimes, that if you can't beat them, join them.
And what if you, against every fiber of your being, you don't want to join them? You want to do the right thing. You'll end up resigning and just leaving the force in entirety. There was a video of a man who had so many emblems. He was burning the SAPS uniform last year. Burning it.
Because it has no value anymore.
That's when I saw that high.
It has no value whatsoever. It has nothing. Like, honestly speaking, man, guys. I mean, if you are still blindfolded, I don't know. You think, I mean, in my opinion, from what I've seen, I now tend to believe this guy's evidence. Who are they in any case, Bona, if the whole prison person who's in charge can be told what to do? Who is Ntanzi and this guy? Ntuli is Ntuli. Not Ntuli. The other one is Ncube.
Accused number 3.
Accused number 2.
That's Ntanzi.
Ntanzi and the other one, Sbiya.
Okay.
Those who are said to have confessed. Who are they, Mar? What can they do, Ved? Now, who's will confess, Amos? The power, man.
It's too much.
It's too much. There's too much power, man.
It's too much.
You can't have one person have this much power.
I'm tugile, hearing all of this, and you can almost feel it, even with their testimony, that they have to do what they have to do. So then Nisi said, where do you get that information from, to Grobler? And Grobler said that Colonel Mangena actually wrote an affidavit that he fired tests and marked so and so. So here already we were being warmed up to this thing that Grobler and Ntini used the affidavit of Mangena to testify. They literally have nothing of their own except those affidavits of opinions that they wrote that are so similar to each other, literally identical to each other. So Nisi asked him, so you read through Mangena's affidavit? Then Grobler said that she did read through it yesterday and she was reading it to refresh herself to see how the exhibits are marked, because according to her understanding, the explanation was several tests were shot because Colonel Mangena did not know the origin of that complete metal jacket bullet. Therefore, he fired several manufacturers to get the closest to the exact ammunition used. So yeah, this is where I feel like Grobler gave herself away, probably eating, sleeping, breathing Mangena's affidavit just so she could go through this testimony. So Nisi then asked her, now take Colonel Mangena's affidavit out of the picture. Okay. If you would have not seen this affidavit, you would not have disputed what he told this court. Is that not so? And Grobler said that she had no comment. So without Mangena's affidavit, she has no comment. Mnisi then said when he was explaining his result as to how he came to the conclusion that the seen bullet was fired from the alleged firearm, he told this court that he identified that there was something peculiar with this bullet. Did you note anything peculiar in one of the bullets? And Grobler said that she doesn't know which bullet. So she didn't even see the so-called bullet that was said to be dented or had a ditch.
Clearly, these people, I've said it in my opinion, that I don't think these people did anything shame. You know, it feels like that situation. We're going to call names and throw names there and there. And then later on, they are told, hey, bring those people if you're going to talk about those people. Then voila. You remember Baloyi fighting so hard to get this evidence admitted without these people being called and being cross-examined on these affidavits. So this case is just a circus of note, a waste of our time and taxpayers' money, us who are paying tax. It's a waste. It's a waste of our money. In a normal country, after this case has been closed, a proper investigation was going to be done on the people that were dealing with this case, just so that we get a closure and someone can take accountability of taxpayers' money that is being splashed and wasted in a case that could have been solved probably long time ago. We would have been forgotten by now. Maybe some of those people will be arrested. They will be now starting to be eligible for parole.
Abanye ngabe they're eligible for parole now if they just did the right thing in 2014. But no, now we are here. They would be out. In fact, they would have, maybe after 5 years, have gotten out on parole. But they decided, we'll drag this through. We'll take it. Now we are here. Now we are here where our police is not looking really good. It's not.
I'm even questioning if Zungu is a police or just a pimp. I'm sorry, man. Someone has seen him writing affidavit somewhere in the police station. Please let us know, because
we need confirmation. Is that person really a police officer or what? Confirmation, please. We are no longer sure anymore. Are we coming or are we going?
No, I'm not sure of anything. I'm not sure of anything. And if
sounded like a paid actor.
If really the state has our interest at heart, why are we submitting new evidence through wrong people? Why? And I knew something sinister was going to come, allegedly. Because Baloyi was sitting down, giving Sibanda all this, in my opinion. I knew something has got to be submitted. Something, somewhere.
It always happens every time.
Obvious, he's not going to submit it. He knows, in my opinion, that it's wrong.
Well, Nisi said that it was bullet number 9, the one that had a dent. And Grobler said that she does not recall the exact marks that she saw. Nisi told her what Mangena told the court, that on test bullet number 9, he was able to find some striations. But the nature of the bullet was that these striations were not evenly transferred throughout the bullet because of the nature of the bullet. It had an indentation. Mm-hmm. And then Grobler said that it's a ridge and that she could not dispute that. She cannot, because she did not even see it.
In my opinion, allegedly, you can't confirm what you did not see.
You can't. And then Nisi said, I would have thought that as an expert, you were going to identify this. This should be a highlight, right? As an expert, as you're looking through that microscope. In fact, you should have picked it up to say, but there's something wrong here, or there's something that doesn't quite look right here. What is happening? And then you get that explanation from Mungaditaba, the owner of the situation, to say, no, this bullet has a dent. You understand what I'm saying? If the actual checking actually did happen.
You know, when they say maybe cooking, if there was cooking, did not go, I mean, all you needed to do was to collaborate that story of Mangena, and they are failing to even do that, in my opinion. They are failing to do that because Mangena comes and say there was an indentation of some sort. He explained all that. These ones, they are not sure whether
they
there was
indentation.
They are not sure if
they
there was.
Don't know.
They are not sure which bullet they used to confirm which bullet test. There is no surety in everything that they are saying. And you want us to take those people's word and say, yeah, these people are right. Let us arrest these people on the basis that you cannot remember what you did as a policeman. Not even a Smolanyana report or a diary of some sort. Nothing. You come to court as if we are going to swim. Nothing. No paper, nothing, no cell phone. I don't know. Nothing. You just come to court. You know, so fela konempi.
And now I can see why Advocate Baloyi only wanted the affidavit to be read into the record. After this, it makes sense why that was the case.
And I have a problem with this evidence that is accepted on the basis of later being expunged if the original proofs are not there. You have had it. How do you expunge it from your head, Rata? Because you have created your own ruling in your head using the so-called evidence that does not have a proof, does not have an original paper. How are you going to expunge it in your head? Help me understand here. Are you a psychologist? You know how to help yourself erase some information in your head? How are you going to do it? You might not write it down, but most of your views are going to be swayed by the so-called evidence.
Yes. Well, I also feel like, you know what? It's going to go down because
there are a lot of flaws on this law. If the judges, many people who can think in their head and now are quoted by the ratas of this world, they sat down and said, no, you should accept evidence even if there is no originality of where it came from. Accept it on the basis that it will later be. What was the logic behind that? Because once that evidence is laid, it is there on the record, it is there everywhere else. How are you going to expunge it in your head and say, okay, I must not look at that? You are trusting. This is where you are giving the judges these benefits as if they are not people. They do not have blood and hearts and mind.
Including, I think Mlambo's name was brought up.
What is the logic behind this whole ruckus of nonsense, in my own word? People who went to school, they sit down and agree to this thing and say, yeah, it's right. You can hear evidence and then later on expunge it. in your head. How do you do that? I watch.
Maybe it was the leg.
I watched
that
this
case in particular, evidence being none.
I watched this series, but in Blacklist, they needed a psychologist to make you, forget what you know. There were things that were put in your head. I doubt Raja has that in his room. So how is he gonna forget that information that he has had now and seen? That is in position of, how is he gonna expunge it? This thing of expunging is overrated.
There was a time Nisi asked for something to be expunged, and he said, no.
We don't expunge anything in this court. And he was right, you can't. Once you hear it, it's there.
And then now he's allowed for a document to be used, and then if the original source of the document is not brought forward, because even today I don't think it wasn't the original that they brought. They brought for the whole month.
Bringing another one.
It's like piece.
They start testing what. Let's bring 1 page of what we want to bring. Okay, they've accepted it.
Let's bring 24 pages.
Let's bring 24 pages. But the readiness of the judge, as if they are sent an email later to say, we are going to do this, please prepare this and that, with the judgments of some sort. You can't tell me what this judge is remembering all these cases. If that is the case, he must come and memorize everything and go write my test.
But it seems he reads on it every day.
That's what I'm saying. It seems as if there is a preparation. Like if there's something that's gonna be submitted before today. I mean today. Yes, the guy could have been reading and be ready with some sort of literature already. Please read so. Please.
He can anticipate the glitch.
He's
a judge. He's got experience, so he already knows what obstacle may be picked up.
Even if you have experience, you're not a mind reader, man. You're not a mind reader. Tomorrow, uzofika ne 1 page, and then the following day he comes back with a photocopy of that. Because you've accepted that copy without originality.
I want to lay a document, lay a logbook, that logbook. There
is nothing Bomnisi can do. They can object all they want. Because some judge who was maybe full of amagwinya decided to say we must accept evidence even if there is no proof of it, of the originality. We will later expunge it.
Well, Mnisi said that he would have thought that Grobler, as an expert, was going to be able to identify that indentation. Mnisi moved on to pattern matching, and Grobler said that she preferred pattern matching as it is the one preferred in South Africa. Mnisi told Grobler that Mangena used CMS, and Grobler said that she was not aware of that fact, and Grobler said that she attended a CMS workshop, not a course.
Emily,
Okay.
I'm being instructed to pause until we reach a certain number. Guys, please like the video. I know it's Friday. I know some of you are watching on TV, but if you go to the channel itself and you select the channel, then the options pop up on TV. I was yesterday watching it on TV also, and I saw that, it's actually not difficult. It doesn't even disturb the process. Please press that like button, guys. Let's
Use
reach.
the lama arrow lower on the remote.
Let's reach that number that we need to reach.
Navigate.
Please
Navigate your way all to a thumbs up symbol. It's
so we are waiting for that
somewhere.
200. Once then 200, then we continue. Emily, 200 is here, then continue.
Thank you guys, thank you so much. So she could not recall the date. It was the same course or workshop, or the same workshop that she said she attended with Mr. Peterse.
A workshop.
A workshop on CMS. She's calling it that. She's not calling it a course. She said it's not a course, it was a workshop. So Mnisi said that it was in 2012, almost 12 years ago, when Grobler said that she did not use CMS exclusively. So Mnisi continued to ask Grobler about CMS, and Mnisi asked Grobler how the striations are counted under CMS, and Grobler said consecutive on one after the other. And in the event of a break in the striations, they asked her how do they go about counting, and Grobler said that that was why they do not use CMS.
This is where we are going, man. This is a contradiction because the other one of Mangena, the seasoned expert that we were led to believe at some point we had high hopes. He says, if it breaks, you continue counting on the other side.
Yes.
Isn't that what
That's
Mangena
false,
said?
It's not supposed to be that way according to CMS rules. When there's a break, you stop counting.
So these people
But
lie.
now they're making up their own rules to say, no, you continue to count. Because Grobler was saying the same thing. She said that they are looking at the pattern as a whole. It does not mean that if the marks didn't transfer onto one side or the other side that it does not exist. It's just that marks don't transfer exactly the same. But that is the reason why there was introduction or use of CMS, was it not?
The reason why Peters decided to show them with the other bullet that some individual characteristics can be written in a bullet, but it's not the same barrel. You know, it's not the same barrel. If you use pattern matching, you are bound to be fooled. That's basically what it's proving. Because it gives you that bit of assurance that, yeah, that's it. But later on, you realize that the gun is actually a known non-matching gun.
And that is why Mangena was there pointing invincible lines and stuff.
Invisible one, yes. He was busy saying there are lines. I can see them. Even the judge could see them sitting there.
That is why. And he was asked to use a water pass and he said no. He doesn't want
Because it's gonna expose
because
him.
now with the water pass you're gonna see is there a line or not. It's gonna practically
Is the line
place
continuous
it on
or
that
not?
line. And he refused. So Mnisi then said, so how do we go about counting? And Grobler said that there is a break. You start recounting with CMS. So Grobler described the same relative position as her finding the mark on the base of the bullet. Then she would expect the mark on the base of the other bullet. Mnisi gave her a hypothetical scenario of a student in CMS where the second striation is only found on the exhibit bullet and is not there on the test bullet. This student continues now to count and did not consider that break. And Grobler said that they did not get that counting right. That is not how CMS works. And Mnisi asked if she would give that student a wrong, and she said yes. He said that he will not tell her who that student is. It is for him to argue later. But literally, Mnisi here got what he wanted out of
Which
Grobler.
is to say that what Mangena said is a lie,
Yes.
according to Grobler,
Yeah.
because there was breakage.
Yes.
And then he used that breakage to say that it's a propel, and then a stooch. That's yeah.
So Numalo had no
Is it a
cross-examination
stooch or
for
ditch?
Grobler.
A ditch.
Mnisi says it's a ditch, but the judge said it's an indentation. And then Mangena described it how to say that it's a breakage or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
a breakage, yes.
Slippage.
It's a slippage
It's a
on the gun.
slippage, yes, from the barrel of the gun. That's how he described it. Then Mshololo asked to start with her cross-examination after that short adjournment. And when she came back, she started by asking, under what circumstances can a microscopic verification be sought? Grobler said that in each case, if they examine cartridge case bullets or any related thing, procedure states that at least one person should write a document of verification. So Mshololo asked, after verification has been done, is there a need to get an additional opinion? After verification, do you now go and look for opinions? And Grobler said verification refers to a specific person signing a document. Normally when someone is signed, you would not necessarily get a second opinion. Utlong Grobler. Listen to Grobler. Grobler is saying, hi, when you are done with the verification process and it has been signed, you don't need to be going and asking for opinions.
Now you see what they're doing. They are saying they started with Grobler. She was one of the first ones, right? So therefore, that's why they still needed more, because they didn't sign anything. That's basically what they are trying to say now. On the other side, the other one that came in, he said, no, with two people, actually, close the case. Submit your results.
Well, Mshololo then said, if there's uncertainty on the findings of that analyst, can he still go further and seek an opinion on top of the verification? The judge asked Mshololo, what is verification? Mshololo said that it's the work done by a second analyst to check or verify the work that was done by the first analyst. The judge asked Grobler that if the analyst is wrong, does the verifier point out to say that they are wrong? And Grobler said before that they sign anything, if she finds any differences, she will point it out to that analyst before she can sign any document. And she said that she will bring it to the attention of the examiner. So Mshololo said that under what circumstances can analysts go and seek for an opinion when his work has already been verified? Grobler said verification means that the verification form has been signed. So you need to sign that verification form. And some analysts cannot go and ask for a second opinion if a verification has already been signed. So Mshololo then said if the analyst is still not satisfied, he's allowed to go and seek an opinion of the other additional analysts. And Grobler said yes, but not after a verification form has been signed. So Mshololo then said, when Lieutenant Colonel Mangena approached you for an opinion, did he already inform you that he already approached Lieutenant Colonel Sereo to ask for the verification? And Grobler said no. So Mshololo said, did you ask him if the verification was done before you gave your opinion? And Grobler said no. And then Mshololo asked, why did you accept the request to do an opinion when you did not know whether verification was done or not? And Grobler said any analyst at their own discretion can ask as many people he's asked before asking her. He is asking me for an independent opinion, which I gave.
Look, I would say this. When it comes to ballistic issues, I think Mshololo is not yet there in terms of line of questionings and their understanding also. I mean, if you look at the likes of Ramosipil, they have risen to the occasion in terms of grabbing the bull by its horn. They understand the logic behind guns now. And Mnisi declared himself at some point as a person who's a lover of guns when he was questioning for accused number 3, when they said they found my killing machine or something like that.
A picture that says my killing machine.
So the understanding is there. I'm gonna say this. The understanding is there. Umalo can still wing it because it's all about fact checking what you've just said, but there is no understanding that much there. But it's all about documentation with Ngumalo. It deals a lot with documentation.
Yes.
Gomezulu is not strong also when it comes to ballistic, in my opinion. And I think Gomezu's questions are to such an extent that what are these people doing here? You know, that's why he's not asking long questions. But the two people who have been men of the match in
and
this
have
thing,
really helped and come
it's
through.
two of them,
Ramusipili
and Mnis. Those are people, when it comes to as far as debunking the evidence that is introduced by the state in terms of ballistic, Nisi and Ramusipili, more so Ramusipili, must take credit.
The theoretical understanding of what is it, and he has also assisted us. I feel like I've been assisted in understanding, because covering this part of evidence was going to be very difficult for me. So that theoretical element of trying to help us understand striations, individual characteristics, even these two processes, pattern matching and CMS, credit goes to Ramusipili. He outdid himself here because the foundation was worked on. So now we are at a level where we better understand what they're talking about. Even though we don't have the full picture, the visuals have been we have not been given the privilege of seeing the visuals.
Lindy Webembe, thank you very much. May God bless you. May God increase you where you took from. Thank you for your donation.
Yes, may your pockets never run dry. That's what they say. So Mshololo then said, out of the 6,805 cases that you've examined, how many out of those cases did you ask for an opinion above the verification process? And Grobler said that would be practically impossible for her to answer, because some are firearm related cases while some are microscopic cases. She won't be able to recall the exact cases. So Mshololo said that she was trying to understand the experience that enabled her to give an opinion in this case. Well, yeah, now that you mention it, Mr. Anonymous, that this question was a waste of time.
I heard them. No, the line of questioning, Hashem, Mshololo was playing on in their hands. Not only Mshololo. I mean, I understand. I mean, this requires you to actually understand and read. Yeah.
Many hours
Why
of
do
reading,
you need to
and also asking Mr. Peter say, because some of the things you may not understand, they'll need to have him on speed dial to say what is a CMS or what is that it can only be done after you've done the work yourself and you've actually read, you've read through it. So you could tell that Ramusipili read the ballistic textbooks.
There's an interest in it.
Yeah, there's a deep, huge interest in it. And I think it has given him an upper edge an upper level, because these are the kind of details that are essential when you're working with cases of firearms and you're trying to exonerate the client and you're trying to exonerate somebody. This is a strong ability that a lawyer should have, a defense lawyer in a criminal, especially when you're dealing with firearms.
Yeah.
So you should know how exactly to look for those loopholes to get your client.
Let us remind you again, please guys, like the video, push a video. Thank you for doing that. As you do that, others are obviously giving us gifts. Thank you very much for that. Others are joining membership. Others are moderators. Guys, thank you. But please press that like button regardless of your position. As I've mentioned them differently, others are commenting. Please like the video so that we make it easier for the morning gang. And while speaking of the givers, thank you, T. Brownskin. Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Anonymous and Emily. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you too for your donation. We appreciate you too for commenting. Thank you very much.
May God increase your finances where you took from. Magwande. Thank you so much. Now, Mshololo asked also how many cases that Grobler had given an opinion on the same examination, including the bullet.
You have just closed this video. You have just closed this video. I appreciate you and love you dearly, We are an unstoppable force, family. Thank you, Ned. Thank you very much for your generous gift.
Wow,
we
Ned,
appreciate
thank you so
You
much.
have just reached the bar higher. I've never.
Thank you. May God, Bonang, may your pockets never run dry. May God increase
and bless
your
you
finances
more
and
than
place
you're
you
blessing
more.
us.
Yo, I feel so humbled. Thank you so much, Ned. May God continue to bless you.
Looking
Thank
at
you. We
Emily, as
appreciate
tired
you.
as
You
she is, you have literally helped
I
her
have
with a drink.
You
Proper
know.
drink, not even. And thank you guys, all of you, for the donation.
Thank you so much, Ned. Thank you. Yo, thank you. I highly appreciate this. This is like a wow for me. Like I've never seen such.
No, never. Also, I've never seen it.
I'm
That's
actually
right.
speechless. But thank you so much. Yo, may your pockets never run dry. May God continue to bless you. We
And
highly
all
appreciate
that, everyone that has given so far, thank you very much. And everyone that has liked and shared and the bomb toes is lang. Thank you for reminding people to like. We also appreciate that. Thank you.
So yeah, you know, Mshololo was asking how many cases that she had given opinions on, and Grobler was saying that she cannot recall the exact number of cases. Currently, as a group leader, she can confirm cases for members in her group. You know, she does it often. So Mshololo then said in 2020, when you gave your opinion, your rank was captain and Lieutenant Colonel Mangena was of a higher rank than you. And Grobler said that she wasn't sure what Lieutenant Colonel's rank was in 2020, but it's true, it's a higher rank. And Mshololo said, can a person of a higher rank, you know, these
again
questions,
playing, I think he's playing on Grobler's hand, because she explained that to say initially it does not matter. She said
all
it
of
long
them
time.
said, yeah, all of them said it. Even
whether you are up or
Mangena
down,
said it, I think,
it does
even
not matter.
Sireo. Whether, as long as you're in the Department of Ballistics, you are more than qualified to give an opinion. So, Mshololo's questions here were, yeah, she did what she had to do, you know, but they were literally just dragging the time, because, come to think of it, they didn't do much. They didn't have that oomph, you know.
You know what? Let me say this. It doesn't make you a bad, and I've seen Mgomezulu doing this a lot. It doesn't make you a bad lawyer to sit this one out, you know.
Even Ngumala,
Yes. If you see that the guy have exhausted it, sit it out, save time. So that you go to the next person. Yes, I know that sometimes you guys, the lawyers are tired. They sometimes, but keeping this witness who, in my opinion, has nothing. You know, she was just there. All that Mshololo could have emphasized. Maybe one question that required you to actually have facts as to, do you have any sketch that you created for us so that we can see? And you say, no, you see, you are just here to add numbers so that there's more density in what you guys are saying, right? In solidarity.
And the documentation part, and the fact that you didn't document anything, but you can remember.
If they object, you say, no further question, Your Honor. Thank you. That's all I wanted to emphasize.
So Grobler said a lieutenant colonel can even go as far as to ask a warrant officer for an opinion. Your rank is not related to your experience. She explained yesterday, my lord, as long as the person is competent on the level, he can give an opinion.
You're giving him confidence. You're giving her confidence.
Then Mshololo said, and then it is your evidence that you did not record any notes, not even a diary to record the work that you did in this particular case.
Good
now
question.
This one, it was a good one for
me.
Good one.
This
one was like, yes.
This is emphasizing and highlighting
important.
The issues with the witness that came.
And Grobler said that that was correct. I don't diarize every verification or case that I examine on the microscope. In the case of an opinion, I've made no notes. But when I give a verification, I complete the document in the case file as I record. And Mshololo said, is it your choice or it's an operational standard that you need to complete or make a record if you are given an opinion? And Grobler said that if an analyst asks for an opinion and they're not asking her to verify, it is discretion of the analyst, as long as one person that examined those exhibits and the test in the case signs a verification form, it is efficient. Well, Mshololo said yes. Her question is it an operational standard of working that gives you a choice of not recording the work so that you can give us a reference to that operational standard, which says an analyst who's giving an opinion is not obliged to record the work that has been completed? Well, she was looking for some kind of a rule book here, which I doubt they have in the South African police.
No, they have a feeling that this is a lie. This thing of an opinion is a lie. And I mean, I couldn't agree more with them. In my opinion, it's a lie. It's fabricated. It is created to come and cause confusion. And it was created upon realizing the loophole of these people not having any evidence of some sort. I think it was created.
By having more people singing the same choir, they are hoping it gives weight to the evidence of Mangena.
We are playing the issue of density. We just want to
numbers.
Give,
So Grobler said that there is no document limiting an analyst as to how many people he can ask for an opinion. Then Mshololo said that she thinks Grobler missed her question. She repeated the question to her, and she wanted her to refer them to a specific policy or operational standard so that they can see that she was right for not recording what happened before giving her opinion. The judge interrupted to say, I'm sorry, but this witness says that there was no document, and you are saying you want to test that declaration by having access to a document or a policy. Mshololo said, yes, my lord. I think the witness can ask because she did not answer
yes.
what I've asked.
I wanted to know. Yes.
That's
and
why
in
I'm
fact,
repeating
the fact
the
that
question.
This witness is saying, my lord, there is no document. Does now that qualifies everything? Is it right, my lord? Because now I want to get clarity there because I'm confused. I'm trying to demonstrate here that these people who are here in front of us, they are just numbers so that it's them versus one person.
Well, Grobler said the procedure, as she mentioned, states as long as one person that verified the case signs the document, a second analyst, it is sufficient irrespective of how many people gave an opinion in respect to the case. Mshololo asked which procedure because she wanted to see that procedure. Where is that procedure coming from? I want to verify that procedure you're speaking of. You are saying it's a procedure at the Ballistic. Is it a policy? Where is that procedure coming from? I want to verify that procedure that you're referring to.
They make these rules as they come. The bravery, if really they don't even have documentation of such, to mention it on a national television.
In a national court of law.
KZN Ballistic are watching everywhere. I mean, other ballistic stations that we have here.
Never mind the world.
The world is watching this. You come, you say something that is not in a book of law. You just say it with a brave face, and it makes sense why these witnesses had to be hidden. In my opinion, the drama that unfolded, which we should credit the so-called media.
Can you imagine they're asking a ballistic expert from another country, and they're like, is this how it is? And they're like, compare the testimony, analyze.
The problem is shortage of money. It would have been nice to bring just an international
from
ballistic
international ballistics
and say, come in.
to explain to us whether what these people are saying is really, really such.
And do the pattern matching and CMS. It would be very nice for those people to come and have that. But I can tell you, if that was to happen, something of some sort would be a hindrance.
He said, I want to verify that procedure that you're referring to. Yes, who gave you the permission and not make any recordings of the work that you conducted when you gave the opinion? And Grobler said that, as she mentioned before, there is no document limiting or stating that she cannot give an opinion in any case or on any analyst's work. So Mshololo now moved to her observations she made on the microscope, and she asked her if she was able to tell us how many striations she observed on the exhibit. And Grobler said no, she made no notes, she cannot say. And Mshololo asked, can you also be able to tell us how many striations you observed on the test bullets, which gave you the positive identification of the report that you were doing, of the examination that you were doing? Grobler said she cannot. She cannot give an amount as she made no notes. Yes. Then Mshololo asked, did you agree with me that the whole microscopic examination that you conducted has not been presented before this court? And Grobler said no, she doesn't agree. She explained the procedure that she followed yesterday. Mshololo then said, okay, if you don't want to answer, there's no problem. And then she said, you have searched for the marks when you were testifying. In other words, you searched for this creation which gave you the identification, and all these matching striations that you got on both sides, you have not been able to present such evidence in the chart or with a chart in this court. Well, Grobler said that she used the case file to recall how the exhibits and tests were marked while compiling her report. Which report is that, Grobler? Because you have no report.
She compiled it and finished it in her head.
You just looked at Mangena's evidence.
She just compiled it and finished 10, 20 pages. I don't know. And then he has exhibits there and there and there. I don't know, man. These people, they even forget their own lies.
You know, it should prove that it was even a lie. Mshololo was also now baffled, asking her which file did she use. She said that it was a case file related to this case. What file is she talking about? The file, she said, that was prepared by Colonel Mangena. So she was looking at Colonel Mangena's stuff.
So what Mangena said is correct on the basis of what I saw in Mangena's papers. That's it. Guys, please let's push the like button. Please, let's go to the like button. It's that time to remind you. I'm sorry, conversation is flowing, but yes, we get to be disturbed by the likes. We have 414 people who are here, and the likes are not liking. Thank you very much, Mtozi Slang, for reminding us to push to the 20 or 320 now that we are pushing for, and we are going to push for that, and I'm going to wait for that. I'm guided by you here as our moderator. Let's push the likes to 320, guys, as our moderators are saying. Then we will continue accordingly. And remember, we have membership for those who want to be members. Please join membership. And we also have that like button. Smash it as if you mean it. And yes, there are adverts. That's what YouTube is all about. The adverts, sometimes they become part of what we talk about here. Because remember, I don't want to have this situation of being cut now and then, electricity and all those things, so that we come here and deliver for you. We know we love you guys. We have people that we have created bond when we get calls from you guys, which is very nice. Thank you very much for those who call and give us that. Today I got a very nice call from Isaiah. Yes, from Isaiah.
He's one of
very, very nice
our
call.
regular
Very
family
nice call.
members. I always see him in the comment section.
And we get worried and when people are sick, guys, and they are gone. Please let us know.
Let us
we share
know
everything. We tell you also when we are sick. We tell you as Emil is about to get sick. I hope that I don't get sick too, because it will be a mess. Because we share the same room here, and I hope I don't get to. Now, Blungis, join us what I realize is every time the state wants to sneak in a new evidence, the judge seems to have been ready. That's what I'm saying also with the 5 judges story. And you tell me that's not colluding, always ready. I sugar. Allegedly, for the word collusion. Allegedly.
He's ready. He's ready to accept. He's ready to make it, legitimize it. He's ready.
Allegedly. Yeah, let's continue.
In my opinion. So, Ms. Mshololo said to Grobler, why was she saying that she used the file? Grobler said it's because she mentioned previously that she did not make notes on specific examinations when compiling this report. Recently, she needed to be sure as to how the exhibits were marked and how the tests were marked, not a finding, only how they were marked in order for her to be able to compile the report. So that wrapped up Mshololo's cross-examination. Now Sibanda re-examined Grobler about her being an operations team leader. She said that she examines and confirms.
Speaking of Sibanda, Busani Sibanda. Hey guys, I'm always here. Good evening. Good morning, Sibanda. Remember to like. We appreciate you for being here. Now continue to.
Grobler said that she examined and confirmed the reviews and reviews a case file to make certain that what is written in the performance is reflected correctly in the affidavit. She went on and on about what else is included in there. Well, I didn't care enough at this point because I couldn't see how important it is. It didn't feel important to me, so I just let it go. With the pattern matching and CMS, she still maintained that they are not mutually exclusive. And according to Sibanda, Mnisi was painting a chart to Grobler, so he asked if she saw, and then she said no, she did not know how the striations were counted.
Yes.
But yet she gave an opinion.
Hey, thumb sucking is happening everywhere, I mean.
Sibanda lied also on Nisi, saying that Nisi said that
and it was accepted.
Oh yes, Mangena relied on CMS. But then Nisi stood to say he never said that. He said that he used CMS. He never said that he only used CMS or he only relied on CMS. He said he used CMS. Mangena did say he used CMS. So for Sibanda to just boldly lie like that, I'm like, yo, Ziakalekotimos. So someone can just say that, and when you object, you are ignored. Wow. Then Sibanda said that he only used CMS, and I felt like, okay, this is another way of confusing the record. Nisi likely heard him again. He repeated it to Sibanda. He only used CMS. My colleague here said he only used CMS. He made it worse. He stretched the lie with a bold face. I'm like, is this some kind of monkey trick? What is going on?
If this was Nisi, we would have paused now to check the record through the judge, in my opinion.
Yes.
Mr. I know I told you that, please, we are not related with Skomota, allegedly. Yeah. No, but I know you guys are not related. I'm just pulling your leg. Gloria Beggar, these people will make us talk too much.
We've already said a lot, eh? We've already spoken so much. Oh my God. Oh my God. And usually I'm the type of person who really is, who likes to see the better side. Mr. Anonymous, you know me.
Yeah.
I like seeing the better side of a situation or the better side of people. It's difficult for me to give critique or to just call what it is for what it is, because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but sometimes I can't. But with this case, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm done giving the benefit of the doubt. I'll just take anything. I'll just take it. What you are giving me and what you're showing me, I'll take it. Right now, Sibanda was lying on Mnisi boldly. Okay, he was lying.
In that court, and then the judge did not want to check that. The question was put on record. Everything continues as normal. But should Nisi say something that is just even through English differs in just maybe words like
indentation and a ditch.
Yes. I must check the record. The record. Guys, it's like the video. Thank you for the 330 likes. Can we get another 10 likes? Yes. We appreciate that, Tim Toes Langa.
Thank you, Mtogosisi Langa. Thank you so
on
much.
Fire today. You are reminding them every time, and that's good.
And it's helping because now, the last time I checked, there was like 300.
Yeah, the numbers are increasing.
Now it's like 436. So people are seeing the live. So guys, that's why.
Baloi, he is so disappointed on the ballistic witness. Ungame wafaka usibanda. It's not disappointment per se, in my opinion. If there's something that's gonna come through what we might perceive as backdoor, as public opinion, it always is given to Sibanda. If there is a bit of time wastage that needs to happen, in my opinion, Sibanda is the right person.
Yes.
Can ask one question 10 times.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So the judge asked Sibanda if he was quoting Nisi or Mangena. Then Sibanda proceeded to go to what Mangena said. He didn't even answer the judge, and the judge just let him go. Like, Sibanda made Grobler read where Mangena said that the quality in both striation markings and pattern markings, they qualify. So here, in my opinion, I asked myself, what is the context? Okay, markings and pattern markings. Which method did you use or did you apply? And then the response, there are in some instances where you apply both of them, is what Grobler was saying. And I'm like, okay, what is the context here? So he just went on without even acknowledging that he said what Nisi did not say. And the judge said nothing about it. And he repeated that borderline case thing again. And yeah, I don't know why he keeps repeating this borderline case thing. But then the judge asked Grobler about the trainees she had. She said she had 3 or 4 trainees. And she...
The judge
3 or 4.
The judge now trying to say this, in my opinion, this is an expert who's even training people, so it's credible. From what? You came to court without anything, bro. You came to court with your brain that is
and
also failing you at some point, in my opinion, because you cannot remember some of the things. So from there, you are being asked, how many people are you mentoring? For heaven's sake.
And she said 3 or 4. And I'm like, how come you don't know exactly whether it's 3 or whether it is 4?
Their answers are not certain.
It's too small.
All of their answers.
If it's 3 or if it's 4, you should know the exact number of mentees
How
you
can
have.
you forget the people that
How
you train?
can you forget? Wabana.
Yes, Mlungis Jonas. Bob Jonas. Now, Mr. Anonymous, I'm not related to Mr. Jonas. I realize he's also biased, and we can all see that even if he interprets so well when he does. Okay, I think that's what you wanted to say.
Yes.
But yeah, Jonas, we miss him.
However,
I want
this mini drama queen moment.
I would rather have Jonas. I mean, we know what to get with Jonas and a bit of antagonizing now and then. But lensizwa lenenye uthi ke ummeli wena ke wayenze njani uma ngabe ubona ukuthi baqambela amanga ubona ukuthi hey man, it's gonna take ages, you know. Like, honestly, if I was to edit one video of SABC, remove that man's interpretation.
No wonder why it's so difficult for them to chop them up.
Uthi ke ummeli wakho ndoda kuzomela ukuthi wena ukwazi ukuconsulta naye, lithi ke ijaji liyamvumela.
Someone said he sounds like he has a hangover. He has a babalas. They call him babalas voice.
What is his name? Ungobo, Mapolo. What is this surname? Hi,
Somebody's calling him Babala's voice. I'm like, this is mean, but now that I think about it, how he sounds every day.
I can't. I don't tell you. But I'm going for the share parts. Next question. I opened the angzwanga ke lapho ngiphendela iyathanda futhi ukuphindela ngicela ukuthi inkulumo yakho uthi uzama ukuthi uyinqamule phakathi nendawo inqamule ngoba angibe ngisakwazi ukuthi ngizothini manje mase ngi-interpret.
I used to zone out and literally not listen to him because I felt like it's too much. I used to zone out. I didn't pay attention to him and what he was saying. I didn't. I'd be like, oh, the interpreter is speaking, okay? My brain would just switch off.
No, the thing is, you find that he is interpreting and I'm writing because I can hear Zulu also. I mean,
I would switch off. I can because I'm not Zulu.
Something. I end up writing his thing. Now I have to reverse and go back and really see the again because I know that man he can interpret his own thing. I interpret that man can deviate. Now what I was aware, lokangizophela loya ingqongqo liyani.
Sure.
Ngizwe interpreting ingqongqo. It's too deep that one.
I miss the interpreter.
And it's interesting. I think it's funny if you are watching him. You know, the Ngizwe's interpret. The one was interpreting in Randburg.
Yeah.
And that one is interesting when you are watching him.
He's needed in the Pretoria High Court, that one. He was even at Randburg. How he's needed. Can't they transfer him or something?
That one is deep. It's deep code. Yeah, but yeah, hey guys, those are the things. We have to laugh now and then. Emil, are we done?
According to the judge, she was promoted to have trainees that she mentors, and Grobler said that she was a group leader and she started mentoring in January of 2022. The judge asked that as early as 2006, that JP's Town massacre case, she was attending court, and she said yes. But for this case, she said she didn't go to court. But then she's saying yes, in 2006 she was attending court. So the defense counsel had no further questions. Then now we are at this other opinionator. The state called another ballistic expert, Captain Ntini. He also verified Mangena's findings. And Sibanda handed an exhibit. But then Nisi said that it was not an original. He had a photocopy. Nisi said he wanted to see it before this witness started to testify because they do not want to validate the evidence of this witness before they see the original or the source where that document came from. Sibanda said that it will be provided for the defense or to the defense, but then the judge asked that if it existed. Sibanda said that it's on its way. So Mshololo said that they had indicated to the state before that they want to verify with the original. The exhibit was apparently that of a logbook, and Mnisi raised to the court or how the JP is so concerned about the manner in which the trial is going on and on and on, and he can only hope that the court is taking note.
Did you see how
of the
court
fact of
was
what is happening?
Quiet and cold about that? Tried to deviate.
Yes.
Talk about something else.
Because this is going to constitute yet another delay. He said, I can only sincerely believe that those delays do not always come from the side of the defense. This is caused by the state because they come here in the morning, they throw us, they give us this information, they do not even speak to us about the original. They come up with new information on a daily basis and they expect us to be up and above and to proceed with the matter on the basis of this new information that they give us on a daily basis. I'm very concerned as well, my lord. All the judge said was, The judge asked if it was about the record of the traveling from October 2014 And Sibanda said that it only referred to a single entry, and the judge ordered that it will be provisionally admitted because they said it's coming, and if it does not come, then it can be expunged. He ordered that they go ahead, and Ngumalo said that he had not consulted because he thought that they would be provided with the original. Well, the judge said that it's only one entry. And Ngumalo said that his cross-examination would not only be limited to that entry. So the judge said that he can consult if he wants to consult. Mnisi, on the other hand, said that it's dangerous to be handed with a document, a leaflet without the entire register because they don't know what is happening there. So they want to compare and contrast.
For example, the logbook of that car might help them to prove that this car maybe was also there when these guys were tortured, you know. Who knows? I feel like this might be there, but something that must not be seen is busy being, you know, in my opinion.
Peace.
So what is going to happen when they come to submit? You'll find that the numbers are not numbering.
Like it happened with the AVL.
The numbers are not numbering.
It happened with the AVL, and what else? There's something else that.
So only if this thing compromises them, that they will say we don't have it yet. They have copies. Where did they get the copies from?
Good question. So Mnisi said that we want to compare and contrast the sequence of information that is contained in the document from the original source. The original source is a logbook which pertains to a car used by forensic services to the crime scene, and Sibanda recommended to start. Then during lunch, they will arrange for that original logbook. The judge asked the defense if it was okay. Mshololo said that it was not okay. And that is not the procedure for the witness to start when the parties know that the witness will be testifying on both exhibits. So the judge accused them of picking up trivialities. He reminded them of a case of the Director of Public Prosecutions in the Eastern Cape, where he said Mlambo apparently was also one of the judges there. And he said that they must not put up imaginary obstacles. Mnisi said that the state knew when they made copies that the defense was going to want the original document. Why did they not bring it in the morning? Kona, it's strange that you make copies and you leave the source, you know. You carry the copies to court, but you don't carry the source.
And you were told about it yesterday. This case is just it's a kangaroo court, that thing. I mean, you go to a machine, you put it there, you photocopy. And then you leave it.
Yeah, you take the copies and you leave the original. So the judge ignored them and went to his case to help him argue against them and support the state in handing in those copies with no original document. So Sibanda read it, and the judge said he must read it so that they don't say he's creating a new law. Sibanda was reading some wrong passage there and eventually found the right one, and the judge said that the case, that they must not put imaginary obstacles, saying that it's the law. So to him, them asking for original documentation is an imaginary obstacle. Sibanda and the judge were accusing the defense of stopping the trial over a minor issue. So what if the copies don't have an original document, or when the document actually comes back, it does not reflect what is in the copies? Then what?
They will remove it in Rata's mind.
So he still uses the rules for them to continue, or he ruled for them to continue. He also said that 5 judges in the Eastern Cape said that there is no such thing as a perfect justice, and the accused do not have to see every piece of evidence.
He's justifying this whole nonsense.
So Ntini is a captain attached to Ballistic section. He examined firearms and marks. Advocate Sibanda referred to Ntini's affidavit dated the 11th of September 2024. Malisela Ntini read his affidavit. He said he's a senior forensic analyst. He has been attached to Ballistics since 2005. Ntini outlined his qualifications and experience. Ntini said that on the 22nd of July 2020, during performance of his duties, he was requested by Colonel Mangena to do a microscopic opinion on a 9mm caliber fired bullet, 8x9mm caliber test fired bullets. He examined the fired bullets mentioned in paragraph 3.1 and 3.2 and compared the individual and class characteristics markings transferred to them by firearm components using a comparison microscope, and found the bullets mentioned in paragraph 3.1 and 3.2 were fired from the same firearm, exactly like Grobler's one. And then Ntini said the conclusion that he arrived at was based on facts by means of an examination process which required knowledge and skill in forensic ballistics. So after the long adjournment, Sibanda brought another duplicate, but not the original.
Please,
he
guys,
said
let's
that
push
they
the likes button.
reached a mutual understanding that they will look for the original documentation. Sibanda and Sibanda said that the original copy of the logbook cannot be traced.
And guess what?
Yet.
A person who was supposed to be asked about these things, they keep on feeding and forcing through this defense, is gone. Mangen. Gone.
He's done testifying. Now they want to
and
use
they always follow up with something that was supposed to be on that person's testimony.
Say they have another copy. The defense had wanted the original earlier. So a copy of the log register for October 2014. The judge still asked the defense if they wanted the original and they said yes. Mshololo said, "We are not even in possession of the document that the court has. We don't need to be shown. We want to be supplied and furnished with the copies." The judge said, "Shouting won't help you." Because we are dealing with facts here. And I'm like, okay, Mshololo, shout some more. Mshololo and Grobler said that they were not shown that document, and Elias Sibanda handed 2 pages. Now he was handing 25 pages. So a copy originated from a copy, which originated from an original, which they are still looking for. Right? So during that lunch adjournment, they managed to make 25 pages worth of a copy, but still they have no original to present.
And the judge doesn't say anything.
No, he sees nothing wrong with that. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Well, Sibanda said that he will address the court on the admissibility of such a document at a later stage. But then the judge said it's an official document. Although they are fighting about it, they don't know that. Sibanda was allowed to continue. He was allowed to continue with his cross-examination of Ntini, not cross-examination, evidence in chief of Ntini. And Ntini explained that the ballistic module was a simulation that they program on the computer to simulate the crime scene. I don't know what this has to do with anything because he did not do that. He gave an opinion, okay? And July and August, he was in Thohoyandou court. Ntini said that he joined Ballistics in 2005. He became a captain in 2015. Asked if he had worked outside South Africa, he said that he accompanied Lieutenant Colonel Mangena to Lesotho. He described Mangena as his colleague and crime scene commander and his mentor, and he is on the first floor and he has moved. Apparently they've moved to another wing in that office that they work at Silverton, and he was asked to explain what a microscopic opinion was, and he went on explaining how he went about giving his opinion. Nisi stopped him, asking that it seemed that the witness was reading from somewhere, and the judge asked him where he was reading from, and he said that his affidavit. He said that the witness kept on looking down. He was like, the witness is looking down. You must share. Where is he reading from? And I couldn't help but notice his explanation was kind of similar to that of Grobler verbatim. That's my opinion. So it seems he and Grobler were reading from the same thing. And even though they didn't want to share what they were reading from.
Same book.
So Mgomezulu didn't want to start his cross-examination with 39 minutes left. He said that he needed time to prepare his questions. And Sibanda was not happy with this and insisted that they do cross-examine.
Get it over and done with.
Mshololo.
That's what Sibanda is all about.
still had
because
a
they
problem.
want these people to move away from the stand.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes, they do. And Mshololo still had a problem with that missing document, saying that they were ambushed by the court to proceed despite not having the original document. The judge was not happy with what Mshololo was saying, and he said, he quoted a case of 5 judges. Even the JP of this division was there. She said that but she did not take it back, Mshololo was not willing to be humbled or to apologize. And I loved every single moment of it. She just looked away and be like, are you expecting an apology?
Laura,
you're not going to get it.
Our member, thank you very much for your donation. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Then Sibanda asked,
may God bless you.
May God bless you, and may your God increase your pockets. Then Sibanda asked to continue to re-examine and ask Ntini about the post-mortem that he attended in 2014 and of the deceased, which is Senzo Meyiwa, with Mangena. Well, they said that Captain Makate was the other member that was present in that post-mortem, and Ntini said that he could not recall if there were any other members. He only recalled the doctor because he was accompanying Mangena. And that was it for that today. I am done, Mr. Anonymous. You were asking me a few minutes ago if I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done
if
now.
you guys want to call, you can call. If
guys, you can call in. It's been a while since we had a normal broadcast and you guys called in. Those of you who are still awake, please.
Zindela Kulugutu. Sesparat. I think.
We are within.
Yeah, we have a first caller. Let me fix it. Mzansi, hello.
Hello, my lovelies.
Hi.
Hey,
hello.
How are you?
We missed that voice.
I'm good. It's so lovely to see your beautiful faces after you had exceptional circumstances.
Hey, we had exceptional exceptional circumstances. We did have them.
Yes. All right. Before I just make a comment about the case today, I just want to take this moment to just give a shout out to the loyal viewers of this channel, to the family members who come here every night, and just sit with us.
Yes.
I cannot mention all names because, it's too many of us, but I just want to mention a few names. In Europe, Sizwe 18, Chuku Anna, Winston in Namibia, Bongiwe, Lola, Humphrey, Govan, and everybody else that I haven't mentioned. I just want to give a shout out to all those people and to all our moderators who are here every night, ensuring that conversations or comments stay clean.
Yes.
We really, really appreciate you guys so much. And to all the people who cannot give monetarily,
yes.
It's not a big deal. You are already giving your time, and time is an invaluable asset. So thank you to all of you guys just for keeping the fire in the crawl burning at all times. We are in unstoppable. We're not going to go anywhere, And I know that sometimes the likes are not liking, and I've noticed that sometimes the likes don't like because we've got enemies sitting amongst us. But you know what? To all the people who think they're going to come against us, I just want to tell you today that you will not succeed because we are moving forward and we will not give up. All right?
No.
Thank you.
No.
So that's all I wanted to say today.
Thank
so
you.
Thank you
get
so
out
much.
of the way. No worry that you are much appreciated, and I love you guys so much. These people that we employ, the public servants in the forensics and the SAPS, they are our employees. We pay them, for them to work for us. That's why they are called public servants. That's why I say these employees that we pay, right?
Yes.
They have continuously pissed on us and told us that it's raining. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They continuously piss on us and tell us that it's raining when it's actually pissed and not raining. Okay? What we learned this week is that there are no processes at Forensic South Africa.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Our employees do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Exhibits can be removed willy-nilly without a care in the world, and I'm worried because human beings are not perfect. So if people are compromised, that it means that they can work with criminals more. They can remove these weapons from the forensics, give them to criminals. Criminals commit crimes, and then they send them back because there's no checks and balances. Do you know what I mean? Yep. If somebody like Mangena can bring a weapon into the lab and take it out without anybody knowing, it means that there'll be a lot of mischief that's going on. And if these weapons are then removed and given to criminals on the streets to commit crimes, how are we going to get cases resolved? Do you know what I mean? Yes. I'm just thinking, and last week there was a caller who said that Rata may have not received the recognition that he believed he deserved, So presiding over this case could have been to give him an opportunity to make a name for himself. And I tend to agree with that caller because there is a lot of inappropriate disclosure that is happening in that courtroom that I have observed. We always have to hear about how he's friends with certain individuals and which committees he sat in, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, if I was a mother who lost a child, Rata's accolades wouldn't mean anything to me. Do you know what I mean? Yes. I wouldn't really give a toss about any of that rubbish about who he was with and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? Yes. And the way things are happening in that courtroom right now, it's just, I don't know really if at any point we're going to see things changing. But it seems like it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse every day. And then also, evidence just keeps being snuck in, like they sneak evidence in all the time, and then they want to call people. And the thing is, as long as they keep bringing in new evidence every day, they're going to have to keep calling more witnesses. So we will never get to the end of the case, And I really like the growth of the defense team that I have observed in the last few weeks. They have really, 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 really grown. They are fearless. Mshololo can stand up and speak her mind and tell this just where to get off and, go stick your head in where the sun don't shine. It's really good to see the growth, how they stand up for themselves and they're really defending their clients, And said yesterday, I was so moved by Mnisi's, when he stood up and was talking on behalf of accused number 3, that was just so painful and heartbreaking to watch and listen to. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm thinking to myself, where are the people in leadership? Does Gininda have so much power? Is this guy that powerful that he can actually influence the processes within the corrections department? Is he that powerful? Do you know what I mean? And then we should be worried as citizens if this is what is going on. Because if somebody who is not working with the department can make a few phone calls and influence people who have a responsibility to make sure that people's rights are adhered to, then we have a problem. We have a big problem. That's all I got to say today. That's all my contribution. You guys have a lovely weekend, have some rest and come back on the 7th of October fresh and ready to do the work. I love you guys. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, but speaking to that level of power, it's too much.
Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi?
Mzansi Reality, hello.
Okay. Mzansi, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
We're good, sir.
Yeah, number one, I just want to say, pick up to Mshololo. When she was saying, even if you can go to the High Court when they and find 6 judges.
Yeah.
That this is a trial by ambush. It doesn't matter whether it's 20 or 50
whether
judges.
It's 20 or 6 judges. It doesn't matter. This is a trial,
that was a clear message. That's why I was thinking that today he will come up with another strategy, the Rata, but he didn't. That's why I saw it at all. He saw it that no, that was a good attack. Okay, but I wanted to go. I wanted to go to this gun.
Yeah.
This gun. I actually this other day come across. I don't know if it's newsroom or whatsoever. There was a new expert. I saw that, okay, the old expert, that means they ran away because they saw it that they can't actually keep on commenting because that lady, Cressida, used to ask really questions. So the experts, I think they ran away because in the media, you need to answer the real questions. But I heard them saying, yeah, but the defense, they didn't actually dispute. I'm like, which cases this guy is watching now? Because now a firearm, if we're talking about firearm, that's why accused number 3, if you can notice, he always raised his hand. Because those guys, as they mentioned that they used to be in Kabis, they know how firearms work.
Yes.
A firearm, I can take a bullet for 7.65. 7.65, for example, it's just an example, but it's a reality example. A 7.65 bullet is smaller than the Nshavu, is smaller than a 9mm. But I can cock up a gun, a 9mm gun, and put that actually bullet there inside. Okay?
Yeah.
And then let the gun to be on fire. And if I shoot, the only thing that they will find out, they will notice that, okay, it's coming from what? The classes that actually Ramsepile is pushing, and you see they are pushing on it because those guys, I think that accused number 3 going forward to until 5, they know how a gun works. So it will have the same classes because they are coming to the same gun. Even if I can take the same bullet and take different 9mm as the defense did, it will have the same thing, same classes, but now the striations. That's why now they said, actually, take the, the Vater pass, let's see the striations that we can't see.
Yes.
And they are still asking if, a 9mm with the same bullets, even if it's different bullets, etc., we are testing, okay, it's fine. But a 9mm with the same bullet, you are trying to match the bullet that you got in the crime scene. If I can use any 9mm and shoot with that 9mm and go and test it there, it will reflect that, okay, now there's a bullet, the same bullet that we're testing. That's the one that we got it from the crime scene.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. I don't know why they busy. That's why now they keep on trying to bring those other guys. And that's why, I like the guy Mgomezulu. Because, if it was not like we need to respect as a media, actually you were supposed to say, you know what, your evidence is useless now. You were supposed to say, actually, according to me watching that case, I was like, hey, you were supposed to tell this guy, you know what, your evidence is useless. Now you are useless to be there in that stand. Because it does not make sense. You can't defend and say that. That's why the defense, they are pushing. What makes you to shoot 8 times to verify? It does not make sense, because if you are testing, if you can go and check it anywhere, guys, that thing is a straightforward. That's why, that's why the police, that means they are not doing their job. That's why even today, they can't match. There can be a heist here and a heist there, and they will find those, what we call it, our Posho. And those guys, they are failing to match it at Le Posho Lena. We find you with a gun and with a bullet. We shoot that. We shoot that actually bullet, and we try to match it, not matching with anything, because those abortos, they know how they operate. The only thing that they will find out is if when you will start as me, no, you're not gonna have any chance. They will match you, even if it's not matching. And you can see that this thing is been created, as Mgomezulu mentioned, since I'm completing now. Mgomezulu mentioned that this case has been cooked.
Yeah.
These guys, whosoever is Mangena, or who, so, yeah, I think it's Mangena, who went there to fetch the firearm. Mangena went to fetch the firearm, and the ballistics expert, they are saying, in other circumstances, which circumstances? Because we want to know which circumstances that can make you to go there. You can't tell me that in other, so that means in other circumstances, which circumstances that can make you to go there? Because that thing, did you register? Okay, we allow you. There are certain circumstances that makes you to go and fetch the gun. Okay, sharp. You fetch the gun. Did you register the gun? No. Why not? So we are watching a series. It's I don't know. This is we once watching How to Get Away with Murder. This one, it will be maybe how to imprison other innocent people. Maybe that's the name of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
It is a series.
Let me see if I cannot read. Guys, keep on calling. Hi. Emily and Mr. Numas, I think Rata and Balo have reached a conclusion regarding this case after Advocate Nis addressed the court regarding the living condition of the accused. Number 3, I heard them talking at length about the mental state and psychological, but I couldn't finish. Zanzi, hello.
Hello, Mr. Anna. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Emily. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. Mr. Anna.
Yes, sir.
A judge today, he debunked the evidence of why they shot up to 8. He said even the first one, on the first case, that gun, he shot 10. Why he introduced that evidence? Because of they supposed to shoot 2. All of us were forgot about that 10.
Yeah.
So he showed that they didn't make a mistake to shot 8. But my surprise is the ballistic witnesses. They don't know the bullet. It was on the scene. If they ask them, they don't know how it looked like. How do they test it? But they don't know even that bullet have a knock or he have a dish. They don't know that. When they got on that box,
yes.
When you got on that box, they gave you your statement to only remind yourself. According when the defense they asked you the question, why those witnesses they gave somebody else's statement, not their statement. It's where I get the problem. This cooking is not hidden now anymore. It's live. So the question I want to ask from you, I'm trusting you. What happened those defense if Advocate Nisi can stand up and say, we want to do the application. Can you, judge, excuse yourself? Then they dwell what the judge did.
Well, it's a process. It's a new process. I think it goes to a next judge. It starts with him being told, and then if he refuses, they need to go to another court and ask for that.
I've seen on other episode, the lawyer in England, he asked the judge, because the judge, he was meet on chambers with the defense with no lawyer. Then That judge, end of the day, he was like that. End of the day, that judge, he excused.
He was compromised.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happening on this case, such that our people, they never understand. They can say they find you in your house with 50 kgs of a mandrex. Then you get caught with that. Then they sentence you for life. Our state is so cruel. It's not even a power. There's a policy on them. They scratch the back each other. Look at the Gininda's case. Bongani Ntanzi is a poor guy like me. He never go to school. Now he realized later he can find his statement in a Capitec Bank.
Yeah.
He want to go and get his statement, the original statement, bank statement. He know now, he learned from the court what Pinky came from the recordings of the phone. So he said, no, that statement wasn't mine, man. Let me go and ask my own statement in my bank.
Yes.
Now Gininda go to the prison. Said those guys, they must keep on the single cell. They must stay alone. No one must come on them. Because even the other inmates, they tell them, they give them the loopholes. Mind you, in jail, there are lawyers, there are doctors, whatsoever. They have a sympathy for each other. So they tell exactly what he's supposed to do, what he must go to tell his lawyer. So Gininda, he blocked those information.
Yeah.
Like the channel now, you open our eyes. Those guys, they don't have a privilege of a TV like us, but they know very well. So that's the problem. I mean, can you prepare for us on the appeal? How you gonna explain what is going on? Because Rata said they must take him on appeal. He have his own decision. So it means he's going to appeal. Thank you guys, man. You feed us with a good information. We know exactly now at our country, how are we? It don't take any minute to change your life, and then you have a criminal record. You are a criminal.
Yes.
And the criminal record, it came like anything. You can greet me only to find out when you go. They said, no, we saw you. You will give that person a gun. You're going to jail. You lost your life, everything. 7 years in jail. So thank you very much. We deeply appreciate.
Thank you.
Even those people, they give the donation, all that stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Mzansi, hello.
Hello, Njani.
Siyaphila njani?
Ngiyaphila, ngicela ukubulisa wena Mr. Anonymous nawe sis Emily.
Yebo, siyakubingelela sis.
Kona.
Yeah.
And then mina ngicela ukuphawula la kule case le. Yazi le case ingibonisa okuningi ne.
Yeah.
Ingibonisa ukuthi kahle igebengu azikho ngaphandle. Igebengu zihlezi lapha ema-ofisini.
Yeah.
Ama-prosecutor, ama-judge. Nani. And enye into engiyisabayo ngorata yabona istatement lesi asikhipha athi angifuni ukuthi mengigweba umuntu athi ngigweba ingulube isesakeni. Yabona leyo nto leyo iveze okukhulu ngorata. Mina ngabona okukhulu ngaleso statement leso sakarata. Ngiyasaba yabona la South Africa singagwetshwa nje ugwetshela ukuthi nje use toilet uzenzela lokho kwenza toilet uzithole sekuthiwa unecala yo basethi South Africa ngiyisaba ngiyabonga ubongiwe lona eMamelodi danki
bongiwe eMamelodi uPretoria siyabonga nePitori. Good. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hello, Mzansi. Reality.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Nkaba yenkosi ke le.
Nkaba yenkosi.
I'm just gonna be very short today.
Okay.
My worry is one thing. If the state has got a tight-knit case, why are they torturing an accused for 4 years? Because an isolation, people who've never been on an isolation or being detained by the police won't understand the impact that it has on your mind. It was used a lot during isikhathi struggle this thing.
Yes.
They would arrest you, put you there, and then you are tense. You don't know whether you're going to be put, and they leave you for 3 days. That's what I experienced. For 3 days, not coming to you, not saying anything. You are just tense. You don't know. And then you tell me the guy is being there for 4 years.
Sure.
And you've got a tight-knit case.
Yeah.
And we hear that someone who has nothing to do with the prison authority or the things happening there. What he is the one who has a hand there. We will say this because Mnisi asked a question. Advo Mnisi asked a question, said, what does this has to do with Gininda? Why should there be instructions or things that are being said about what is happening in the prison?
Yes.
From a police person. And this is what is worrying me. If the state has got the right bullet, it's got the right gun, it's got the right people, why solitary confinement for 4 years? That's the question I'm raising this question for the people who are still insisting that the accused there are guilty, because we've got people who already said that.
Why would you need to keep someone in solitary confinement for 4 years? 4 years.
Very good question. Let me just finish this up.
If you've got a watertight case.
Yes, it's a very, very solid case. I heard them talking in length about the mental state and psychological ramification of solitary confinement. When the time comes for the defense case and the accused 3 has to testify, they will say they need to mental assessment, since the council raise the issues around that and on the grounds that it's mentally unfit to testify, and he was the one allegedly found with the alleged firearm. He is the only one who is subject to solitary confinement, and there is a reason for that. These people are tiring, hiding your face. The Gininda has so much power. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hey, Mr. Rodable Service. Hey, Mr. Rodable Service. How are you guys?
Hi, how are you?
Bit fluish, but good spirits there.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Nah, I think it's I'm heading home soon, so I think that's the excitement.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. Nah, just come for a short holiday.
Right, that's good.
But yeah. I have to do some African stuff for my kids, man.
Yeah.
Especially the one who was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that... No, man, I think the callers had put in some of the points that I wanted to share with, especially the one of Gininda, which seems like he has a carte blanche on anything that he wants to involve himself in. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had carte blanche even on this channel if he wanted to. The way that he seems to have his hand in all cookie jars and nothing is happening. And one thing that I was thinking when I was even listening to Grobler and Ntini is that I think you guys also said it, they're reading from the same script. And if the judge doesn't want to see what Misi is saying, that these people, they share the same office. It's a mentor and a mentee. And you still want to take that person's views as credible. Anything that suggests that his mentor could have been corrupt or did something that wasn't according to protocol, he either does not recall, or if he does recall, he recalls something that has nothing to do with what his mentor did. And that is so rata, where he overlooks the obvious just to point us with his case law and nonsense to this is the law. I will take law that's subjective to implicate these people and to justify what the state is doing. And for me, I think I've removed my feelings a bit towards justice itself, because I would also blame politicians, because at some point the CIC, Malema, I don't know what Tefo did to him or said to him. He had a response towards this case or towards Tefo's behavior. But seemingly, worse things have been happening from judges, from everybody. Yeah. The place that legislates, makes law, even the subcommittees within Parliament, you're hearing nothing, because as a country, a televised court case like this one should have been making headlines even into Parliament, where these things should have been discussed in the subcommittee of the policing and the judiciary subcommittees, that they start focusing on the loopholes. Because if you're hearing, it's bad when you have to hear that the people who are handling evidence can take evidence willy-nilly, not sign it anywhere. You have a procedure of people to have pocketbooks. They don't write anything. They tell you about diaries. You ask them where's their diaries. It's non-existent. The question then is, what disciplinary actions do any, if at all, police officers go through when they don't document stuff? And yes, we'll be calling for those cameras.
Yes.
For those body cameras, because clearly these people either cannot write or they don't understand the point of writing and documenting everything that they do. Because even if Grobler and Ntini can say, no, we didn't see the need to document our opinion. And mind you, Mr. Anonymous and Miss Emily, Ntini made a mistake to actually show to us that he listened to Grobler's testifying, and then they introduce a new word in the dictionary, which is called a microscopic opinion. It's not an opinion anymore. It's a microscopic opinion.
Yes.
Because she justified that, and then he comes and uses the same word. And that for me shows that if nothing showed you cooking, that showed you these people are sitting to read and regurgitate the same information. And yeah, it's bad. And for me, I think our parliament and the subcommittees or those people who are representing us, let me not say parliament as if it's supposed to do something. It's the people that are within those subcommittees. I don't care from which party they are. It just takes one to put the matter on if it's the program planning, that they discuss things like this, where you actually, because that's where the legislation is. And we as South Africans, maybe if we can't do it or do something that is online, maybe calling out to write to people within Parliament in this, I don't care from which political party, you choose to know. I think EFF did it before, where they had all of the members in Parliament and the subcommittees that they were part of. I don't know if the other political parties have done that, but we actually look at who's in policing, justice, and all of that, and probably write emails towards those people to put this as a case for what police need to be tight on, and what happens if a police officer goes into justice or correctional services and just willy-nilly, because he cannot, I don't think Kenina has a case where number 3 has done anything which he's investigating him in the correctional services for him to still have a handle over him. Because I think, yes, if something happens in the prison, police officers can come in and investigate as a separate entity. But Kilinda is part of this case, which means that he is not investigating any other case, which is, and I'm alleging this part as I don't have that information. But to my understanding is this, we know which case number 3 is in. And Kilinda cannot be investigating and telling those officials that this person still needs to be confined somewhere separate, because they have their own measures in how to deal with inmates to control the information that they get and the people that they get contact to, because this person cannot move. If I lock you, even with other prisoners, I can control you. Why do I have to put you in a dark place if it's not for me to mess up with your mind? And yeah, it's just appalling. And yeah, we could say 110 things about Rata, but I think for me, what is mostly appalling is just that we are hearing, again, nothing from our politicians about their laws that they should be writing. Because hearing police officers not documenting anything, and yet you want to believe that these people can bring a successful case in front of a court, that for me is unbelievable. But yeah, that's my 2 cents, guys. Have a wonderful evening. I love you a lot. And yeah, it's just that I can't come to Joe, but I would love to see you guys. But yeah, all the best, or hang out for a coffee, tea. But yeah, that's that. I hope that you guys stay well and blessed always.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Cannot wait to welcome
you enjoy coming back home.
Zanzelo.
Njani Mr. Anu?
Siyaphila zenjani?
Now Miss Emily.
Hi.
Come on.
Kancane nje ngemuva volume.
Okay. Into bengisho I wonder ukuthi na ichinche phi ijudge ngoba mayebeqala le case le ujudge ebeqale wathi he doesn't believe nakancane ukuthi uLongwe angaphuma kwi-intruders eziphethe isibha aphume phandle abaleke zimiyeke. Okwesibini waphinda wathi ujaji bengibona ngujaji ofema ebeqala. Okwesibini wathi uZandima efuna ugula lapha wathi I can even call i-doctor yami izokusebenza because asizalanga udlala la. All of a sudden yonke lento seyitshintshile manje seyibhekene ne-defense against i-defense, angazi ukuthi ushintshe kuphi or ngamandla kaGininda or kwenzekani. But into engiyikhulumayo ukuthi at the start of a case yana mayibeqala ibingumuntu lobonisa ukuthi is going to do justice, ukuthi mayivele ukuthi kwenzekeni kula case. So manje angisavisisi ukuthi na uqhubekani ngejudge selibonisa straight ukuthi liqedile ngale case. So namanje bayikhuluma kumshololo lesithi you can shout ngendlela ofuna ngayo, akho nto uzoyenza ngiqedile mina. That was the message. So into esiyikhuluma ukuthi sizokhuluma nje kuphela yena sekeqedile nabo labo abaphezulu, because every time makukho into evelayo umention uJP, umention friends zakhe, umention cases ezenziwa zi-friends zakhe. So meaning you can do whatever you want. Mina ngiqedile, ungangisa kwi-appeal ngizokuhlulana lapho ku-appeal, into ayiqedile leyo. So ngithi thina njengabantu beMzansi Reality sesiyazi ukuthi isigqibo siphi, but thina siyayazi inyani ukuthi ngobani ababulali bakaSenzo. ukuthi i-judgment injani masizibekene kakuhle because seyicacile. Uku-introducer i-evidence every now and then, today kuvele evidence today, and ayiveli kuba i-state sifuna uyiveza. Into engicabanga ukuthi ujaji uyabatshela ukuthi yenzani so mina ngizowenza, mara ngizozi mangazange nibuze ukuthi ziphi original, mara ngizokhode icase lapha ezokhuluma ukuthi hayi nivumelekile ukuthi nilethele evidence, uyayibona. So yonke lento leyenzekayo nje ukuthi samkela ukuthi ujaji sekeqedile, sizobona nge-appeal ukuthi kwenzekani because sekeshilo ukuthi makasiwe kwe-appeal okushoyo uqedile ngale case without ukuthi makajonge kuqala ukuthi na leza nto bezikhuluma kudala ukuthi there's no way ulongo angaphusha i-intruders ezi-2 eziphethe isibhamu ezi-dangerous inkaki uphume kude kuphume nechomi kaSenzo baphume beyi-2. Amapolisa afika kuqala from the scene, awafika kuqala bathi bafike ngeveni bama ngaphandle mabebuza umuntu osestradeni wabatshela ukuthi bahambe baya esibhedlela bayokukhangela itsotsi eparking bayeke i-crime scene injalo. There's nothing like that. Hayi mina ngikholelwa lento le icase kudala ithengiwe lena kuqediwe. Ngiyabulela Mr.
Sibonga kakhulu. Hayi vele ke nami sengenze njalo ngiyavala. Emeli uyakhumuka khumu uEmeli kodwa ke before I close this, let me thank people who were here from the beginning. Nat, thank you very much for your generous offer and being member plus moderator. Thank you. Jeremiah Sibanda, thank you very much for your liking. Humphrey, thank you. Shanjiwe Sibanda, thank you. Lola, thank you. Our member. Mtogozi Slanga, thank you very much. Our moderator, Bongiwe, thank you. Smart Info, thank you very much. Madota Marau, thank you very much. Our member. Sizwe 18, thank you for being here all the time and commenting and keeping us engaged. Thank you very much. T Brownskin, thank you. Let's see Helen Musadi, thank you very much for being with us here. Dave Chidi, thank you. Bree, the one, thank you. We appreciate you. It sucks that we are even considering expect from our country simple because these experts just have no honesty or conscience to do the right thing instead of accepting the envelope. Allegedly, that is Bree venting there. Gloria Berger, thank you very much. Mlungis Jonas, thank you. We appreciate you guys for being here. And the comments, we see them. Busani Sbanda, I hope I haven't mentioned you. I've seen a lot of Sbandas today in the comment section. See the families here. Sia, thank you very much. Witsin, thank you. Nolukanyo Ngao, thank you. Mambush, thank you for being here and commenting and liking the video. Guys, continue liking the video. Just to remind you before I bow out of this session, Tembelani Kanye, our member, thank you. Morongwe Hoshia, thank you very much. I hope I didn't butcher your name. If I did, apologies in advance. What if 669? Thank you very much. We appreciate you for being with us here. Ndumiso, thank you very much for being with us. Dipuo, thank you very much for being with us here. Mraul, thank you for being here. Stu Dube, thank you for being here. Metu Mhlanga, thank you for being here. Sipoma Luleka, we appreciate you guys for being with us here and participating as much as you can. Just going down the comments, to make sure that I do not leave anyone who is supposed to be mentioned, because without you guys, we are nothing. Without you, we cannot have this live. So this live entails us, you, the whole channel at large. So we are a channel, basically. So I have to appreciate you. Take my time to say thank you very much. And again, Gavin Sam, Modley, thank you for being here and being a member. We appreciate you. It's a morning. Yes. Lola, I thank you very much for giving. Thank you. We appreciate that. Also, and you are a member. I mean, yeah, almost everything. Sbo Zindela, thank you for your comments and the likings that are happening. And those who, when they see someone giving, who actually encourages. Thank you, Bongiwe, to mention some. Thank you very much for doing such great work on these comments. Let me see. Positive vibes with T. Our member, thank you. When Advocate Mshololo said, even if it was 6 judges, we were ambushed by the court, I was like, yes, when again. Thank you very much. T. Brown Skin, thank you for the generous hand and being a member and commenting, being here. We appreciate you. Tuli Tools, thank you very much, our moderator, for being here and making sure that the comment is ticking and is correct. Everything that is done there is correct. Fiso Sindani, we appreciate you. Thank you, caller. That is Fiso Sindani saying to a caller at some point. She Macheka, thank you very much for being with us here. We appreciate you. Just going down to see that it's, I mean, in any case, it's Saturday. I've got nothing to lose. I can... Mlungwana Logovana, thank you very much for being with us here. Johanna Maseko, yes, thank you for being with us here. We appreciate you. Kilebohile, thank you for being here with us. Tembelana, I've mentioned you. If I missed you, because maybe my eyes are failing me, I apologize, because I'm trying by all means today to not leave anyone out. As I do that, guys, remember to like the video. Just a reminder, like the video, interact with that video. It is yours in any case. Siyabulela Mzizi, we appreciate you for being with us here. Blessing Mabena, our member, thank you. Judge Fagazile allegedly having some weekend gigs with the likes of JP, Prison Top Brass, Cameroons, etc. That red flag for me. That is red flag indeed. Usani Sibanda, probably I've mentioned you before, but if I'm repeating you, it's your lucky day today. Get to be mentioned twice. We appreciate you for being here with us and enjoying Kwelagiti. Thank you for always being present, and those who are still going to start from the beginning because they came in late. We appreciate them also because they actually contribute by so doing, because someone was saying that I make sure that I leave it playing so that I don't disturb the adverts. We appreciate you. I would like to answer this call at less than 2 minutes. Mzansi, hello.
Mzansi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm alright in you. Hi, Emily.
Emily's gone.
Oh, Emily's gone. Hey,
yes.
Mr. Arno.
Yes, sir.
This case has turned now into being surviving by law. Never.
Yeah.
This thing is bad. This thing is bad. Accused number 1, accused number 2, accused number 3 are suffering badly. Number 1 has got a criminal record now. Poor guy. For something which was just planted, now he's sentenced. He's got a criminal record. Even if he comes out, he's got a criminal record. Number 2, poor guy was also with his girlfriend. Now he's arrested. He was also in solitary for a longest of time. Number 3, we only find out now that he's been there for 4 years. But now, how powerful is Baloyi? Now, remember what Ncube said through Nisi today. He said, there's a letter which is written. Now, the story must be with this letter. Who gave out this letter? Who wrote the letter? Is it Baloyi or is it our judge? You understand? Because the judge was unshaken with the story of Ncube being in isolation for the past 4 years.
Yes.
He tried to brush it off and say, hey, I'll call my friend Cameron. No, you don't need to call your friend Cameron. Nisi read and said, you've got the authority to overturn this thing. There and there.
Yes.
So why do we need to wait for the 7th of October for him to summon someone and someone and someone? Remember, there was a court order which came and said the head of prison was supposed to be there with their legal representative. Remember, they were summoned in August. But now, for the mere fact that they came with a legal representative, but there was a letter which overruled everything. Who wrote that letter? That's the letter we need to know about initially before anything goes on. Then whoever wrote that letter must be charged as well.
Defying.
I'm serious. Then secondly, there's another problem which you're seeing here. The ballistic expert is the biggest mastermind in this thing. Remember, he's the one who told allegedly now. Remember, there's the investigating officer and there's him. Those are the two crucial people who are supposed to pin this thing on these guys. The ballistic, he knew that he knew that there can be a case of an inconclusive finding. So he has those bullets in his arsenal. You understand? Because he works with these things, and remember, he's done over 6,000 cases.
Yes.
So he knew he can take his team and then tell his team that, okay, you are the one who verified, you gave an opinion, you did this. But none of them could have cracked that thing, because even him himself, he says he looked at those bullets, he couldn't see the striation in day one, he went and rested, then he came back the next day. He did it over time. But those guys who verified, all verified in one day.
Yeah.
How many hours did they take? Ramsipi was right to ask, because now, if you're saying 3 people verified in one day, that means those guys are working an 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say SAPs are working 12-hour shift. That means the verification was done in 4 hours. You understand that?
Yeah.
That thing doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
How does the expert, the main guy, the highest of them all, which is their colonel, takes several days to check the striations and find a bullet positive? But the ones who's giving all the opinions are taking hours. And another thing which people are not noticing, all their statements, they were written after he testified, 11 September 2024. Why their statements were not written in 2020? Or last year when he testified the first time? Why did they have to make all the statements, the affidavits this year, 11 September 2024? But I think we need to now go and picket outside that court. This thing is not right.
Thank you.
Those are my opinions for the day. Thank you for the good job, guys.
Thank you.
Sure.
Right. Ngiyayivala la Joe Munare. Please like the video, guys. Mami, Vince V Madlela, Chukwuana. Hey, almost done. But guys, thank you very much, all of you. Colin Vadival, Ash really loved it when Mnisi asked who is Guinea that he should prescribe how processes should be done in the DCS. You know, who is Gininde? Sikhameti. Thank you very much for your time and your comments. Thank you. Gevala, guys. I appreciate you all. May you enjoy your weekend. All right.